Mastering FMI. FMI relentlessly stalks failure to perfectionize operational excellence. Why, in the pursuit of operational excellence, is failure mode and effects analysis, FMEA, employed, and what specific methodologies does it utilize to achieve its objectives? In the pursuit of operational excellence, failure mode and effects analysis, FMEA, is employed as a systematic approach to identify, evaluate, and prioritize potential failures in products, processes, and services. This proactive methodology enables organizations to anticipate and mitigate potential failures, thus minimizing the risk of errors, reducing warranty claims, and improving overall customer satisfaction. The primary objective of FMEA is to identify and evaluate the potential failures in design, process, or service, and to prioritize them based on their impact on the customer, business, and regulatory requirements. The methodology involves a structured approach to analyze the failure modes, their effects on the system, and the likelihood of occurrence. The FMEA methodology involves the following specific steps. 1. Define the scope, identify the specific product, process, or service to be analyzed. 2. Identify failure modes, brainstorm and list all possible failure modes, including process and product failures, that can occur in the defined scope. 3. Evaluate failure effects. Assess the potential effects of each failure mode on the customer, business, and regulatory requirements. 4. Assign severity ratings. Assign a severity rating to each failure mode based on the potential impact of the failure on the customer, business, and regulatory requirements. 5. Assign occurrence ratings. Evaluate the likelihood of occurrence of each failure mode and assign an occurrence rating. 6. Assign detection ratings. Assess the likelihood of detecting each failure mode and assign a detection rating. 7. Calculate the risk priority number, RPN. Calculate the RPN by multiplying the severity, occurrence, and detection ratings. The RPN provides a quantitative measure of the risk associated with each failure mode. 8. Prioritize failure modes. Prioritize the failure modes based on their RPN, with higher RPN values indicating higher risk. 9. Implement action plans. Develop and implement action plans to mitigate the high-risk failure modes and monitor their effectiveness. 10. Continuously monitor and improve. Continuously monitor the effectiveness of the action plans and update the FMI analysis to reflect changes in the design, process, or service. The FMI methodology employs various tools and techniques to achieve its objectives, including 1. Design FMEA. DFMEA focuses on the design of products or services and identifies potential failures in the design. 2. Process FMEA. FMEA focuses on the manufacturing or service delivery processes and identifies potential failures in the process. 3. System FMEA. SMEA focuses on the interactions between systems and identifies potential failures in the system interactions. 4. Function FMFENS focuses on the functional requirements of a product or service and identifies potential failures in meeting those requirements. By employing the FMEA methodology, organizations can proactively identify and mitigate potential failures, reducing the risk of errors, improving customer satisfaction, and achieving operational excellence. As I stepped into the manufacturing floor, I couldn't help but notice the sense of unease in the air. The production line was humming, but the tension was palpable. It was as if the machines themselves were whispering secrets to each other, secrets that only they knew. I was there to solve a problem, to unravel the mystery that had been plaguing the team for weeks. The issue was simple: defects. Too many, too often. The team was frustrated, the customers were complaining, and the numbers were telling a story of inefficiency. I knew that to get to the root of the problem, I had to dive deeper. That's when I called in the cavalry, failure mode and effects analysis, or FMEA for short. I assembled a team of experts, each with their own unique perspective on the production process. We huddled around a large table, surrounded by diagrams, flowcharts, and reams of data. The mission was clear: identify potential failures, assess their impact, and prioritize remedial actions. As we delved deeper into the process, the room grew quieter. The machines seemed to hum in the background, as if urging us on. We pored over designs, scrutinized workflows, and interviewed operators. Theories were floated, hypotheses were tested, and assumptions were challenged. The team's collective curiosity was like a sponge, soaking up every crumb of information. One particular moment stands out in my mind. We were examining the welding process, trying to understand why the welds were failing so frequently. One of the technicians, a quiet, unassuming man named Jake, spoke up. "What if it's not the weld itself, but the way we're preparing the materials?" he asked, his eyes sparkling with insight. The room fell silent as we digested the suggestion. It was as if the entire team had been holding its collective breath, waiting for that aha moment. We followed the thread, exploring the possibility that the issue wasn't the welding process itself, but the materials being used. The investigation led us down a rabbit hole of procurement, supply chain management, and quality control. It was a labyrinthine journey, but one that ultimately led us to the root cause: a faulty batch of raw materials. The sense of pride and accomplishment was palpable as we presented our findings to the management team. The recommendations we made were implemented, and the defect rate plummeted. The machines hummed in the background, no longer whispering secrets, but singing in harmony with the production line. In that moment, I realized that FMEA was more than just a tool or a methodology. It was a state of mind. It was about embracing curiosity, encouraging imagination, and tapping into the collective genius of the team. It was about creating an environment where voices were heard and ideas were nurtured. As I walked out of that meeting room, I knew that we had achieved something far greater than just operational excellence. We had forged a culture of collaboration, of innovation, and of continuous improvement.